Hey guys, it's Kaleidoscope here. We are here at Dorney Park. Today is May 19th. It is actually pass holder preview day for Wildwater Kingdom. We're not going to be going into Wildwater Kingdom though. This is my first visit of the main season, so I have already ridden Iron Menace over there. I rode it during media day, but nothing else was open. So this will be my first time getting to ride Steel Force after its enhancements, Thunderhawk for its 100th year of operation, Possess, Talon, Hydra, and all the other great attractions here at Dorney Park. There's going to be a lot of people with us here today as well, so we'll see you guys once we get inside the park. Looks like there's some decent crowds here. We also found Tom and Jack. All right, we are in the park now. We're actually going to be a little different than everyone else who's going down to Iron Menace first. We're going to Talon first. I've already ridden Iron Menace plenty, so I want to get on some of the other rides here at the park. And it looks like we might be the only ones going to Talon, so we're going to hit that now before it gets super crowded later on. Looks like over here at the Coke Refresh Station, they have Freestyles in there, so I might have to go check that out after Talon. Now we get to do the first ride of the day on Talon. I love coming to this park because whenever you do come here, all the rides are almost always open on time. Look at this, walking right through, no waiting for an employee or anything.
Where's your guy?
So just did two rides back to back on Talon. Shout out to the ride ops for letting us re-ride. We rode, first ride was front row, first ride of the day. It was great. Then we went again in row 7. And this is definitely one of the best B&M inverts. It's a lot more graceful than the other ones, but it still has really strong G's. One of my favorites here, Dorney. How was that?
Oh, it was good. It's glassy smooth and forceful. So smooth. I just love this.
So at the Freestyles, they have the Menace Mystery Mix. It's like a root beer. We're all trying it. Let's see.
Wait a minute. I gotta try that.
Ooh, it's really good. Well, it's still early. We are going to make our way down to Iron Menace. It's going to be Jack's first time riding it, as well as Bacon Chris, who should be joining us shortly. Johnny, is this also your first time riding Iron Menace? Wow. Got a lot of first timers. First time here?
20 years.
Wow. Well, you're going to see a lot of changes ever since the last time you were here. Now we're down at the bottom of the hill over here, making our turn towards the Steel Yard. And Zephyr is actually going to be reopening next weekend. For those of you that don't know, they had to reroute the ride's track because of Iron Menace construction. So now they kind of rerouted a little bit through Iron Menace's supports. And I believe all the track is laid now. They just have to get it ready to be opened, and it will be open next weekend. So as we're walking down the Steel Yard, look who just came running over to us.
That's right.
It's Bacon Chris.
How you doing today?
It's your first time riding Iron Menace. You ready?
I need the credit.
You excited?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we're almost there. We're entering the Steel Yard now. So this sign is definitely a little different than it was on media day. It looks really, really nice. The sipping container's open. It's like a little bar. And then, of course, as we keep going down, we have Iron Menace standing menacingly. It is really one of the best presented rides I've ever seen. I kind of want to. But we're too tempted. We're going to ride Possessed first. You can ride Possessed.
First ride of the day, Possessed.
Yep, our first ride of the day. Well, Chris's first ride of the day. Looks like there's like nobody in the station, so here we go. We also got off of Possessed. Bacon Chris, how was Possessed?
It was good, but you know, it wasn't that scary.
Wasn't that scary?
Yeah.
Johnny, that was your first time on it, right?
Yes.
How was it?
Pretty good.
So I just got off
Yeah?
I like it a lot.
Hang on, Chris.
Quite
How
possibly
was it?
the most underrated coaster here. I love that thing. I don't have to say anything. No.
How was the ride, man, on
Yeah, I
Possessed?
love it.
All right, so now we're heading to the very back of the park to go for a ride on Iron Menace.
Ready to ride?
Of course. It's my first time actually having to come down to this half of the queue, but you can see the new Zephyr track all down. Like I said, it's reopening next weekend. I think this is the first time I'm getting to see this. They even have Iron Menace beer in that cooler right there. Really nice touch. Time for a back row ride. All right, so we just got off a back row ride on Iron Menace. It was great. I will say it's definitely gotten a little rougher ever since I first rode it. You can definitely feel it shaking a lot more, though that is also because I was riding on the end. If you're looking for a smoother ride experience, you're gonna wanna ride towards the front and towards the middle. That is where you're gonna have the smoothest experience, but it's still really intense. I mean, I grayed out multiple times. The airtime on the drop is spectacular, and the theming is impeccable. Bacon Chris, first time on Iron Menace.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was a good B&M dive coaster, but I think Griffin and Sheikra are better.
But otherwise, it's still a great ride.
Yeah, I can't wait to go on Val Raven at Cedar Point.
Jack?
I thought it was great. It was also my first time. I thought the inclined loop was really intense, which is great.
Johnny?
Pretty good. The first dive coaster ever.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, this is my first dive coaster.
Wow.
A little rough, but pretty good overall.
Yeah, I can notice a little more shake from the last time I rode it about a month ago, but it's still really intense. I loved it. I also grayed out, and yeah, fun times.
Really intense. I grayed out. Maybe it did get a little shakier since I rode it last, but it's hard to say. I rode a lot of stuff since we rode this. And I will say that little jolt you had at the end, it's almost gone. I really didn't feel it.
It's a little different
A
now.
little different.
So now we're gonna go over to Steel Force, which, like I said earlier, has a new lift motor. Supposedly it's not trimming as hard on the mid-course brakes either, and it looks like there's not many people over there either, so hopefully we'll be able to get a few rides in on it. Thunderhawk 2 is also running. It is its 100th year of operation, so we're definitely gonna be looking to go on that. But first up is gonna be Steel Force. So we just got off Steel Force in the back with its new lift motor, and on top of the fact that you go way faster over the top of the lift hill now, you also don't trim as hard on the mid-course brakes, so that final run of airtime is so much better than it used to be. This is easily the best ride in the park after the improvements they've made, I'd say. How was it?
Oh, it's so much faster than the last time I rode it. It's just a whole other ride now.
Yeah.
This ride was always a personal favorite, but now it's even better and it's a little more justified, so props to the new motor.
This is one of my favorite rides here, and just the fact that they made it better is just great.
Pretty good ride. First time on it. A lot of ejector time. Pretty good.
Childhood, great ride, great air force.
Now we're gonna go ride Thunderhawk, 100th anniversary. You can see its timeline of history over there as well. Really nice touches.
100 years.
Just got off Thunderhawk in the front 3 rows. It was really, really good actually. Fairly smooth considering it's 100 years old. And the airtime was actually really good too. Jack is about to leave. It was a very quick visit.
Yeah.
But how was it?
I thought it was fun. A little airtime, very bumpy.
For a 100-year-old coaster, man, let me tell you, that ride is great.
It's the right way to celebrate 100 years. It's running excellent.
Always love a classic Woody.
And Bacon Chris?
That was so good.
Now it is lunchtime over here at Chickies and Pete's, which is one of my go-to places here at the Cedar Fair Parks. So we just had food at Chickies and Pete's, which also has freestyle machines, and now we're gonna go for a ride on Hydra. There's no wait, and Bacon Chris is in the front row.
Once your travel is not to a full, please fasten your seatbelt.
Just got off Hydra in the back row, and that was really smooth for this ride. Usually this ride's a little on the rougher side, but it was actually running really well, pretty forceful. Of course, has some nice floaty inversions. It's a fun ride. How was Hydra today?
It was a lot smoother than it normally is.
Yes. Johnny, it was your first time on it.
Yes.
What'd you think?
Pretty good. I like that first roll in the beginning, actually. That was unexpected.
I can think of one place with a rougher B&M floorless, but as far as those go, not too bad.
And we found Chris again. How was it?
Good.
You rode in the front row.
Yeah, front row.
And how was it?
Good.
So over here by Whitewater Landing, this used to be the second location of Chickies and Pete's, but now it is known as Whitewater Tavern. So looks like they have pizza. I'm not sure. Let's go check out what their menu is. But this was a really nice place when it was Chickies and Pete's, so I'm a little sad to see it not be that. So it looks like just got burgers, pizza, chicken tenders, fairly like typical stuff, but inside there is a really nice place to eat. So we're going back by Talon to probably go for another ride on it, and we're gonna go to that Coke refresh station since the other Freestyle didn't have the Iron Menace mixed drink. So hopefully this one does. Oh yeah, back for another ride on Talon.
You been there? You been there?
How many?
Another ride done on Talon. I'm not gonna ask Tom or my dad because we already rode. How was it, Bacon Chris?
It was awesome. A great B&M invert.
Johnny, yours your first time?
Yes.
Last big coaster at the park? What'd you think?
Pretty good. It was really fast. I like it.
So we've made our way back down towards the bottom of the park because Demon Drop will be opening at 2. It's just about 2 now, so we're gonna go hopefully get on Demon Drop. So we just did 2 rides on Demon Drop, and this is definitely one of the best drop towers out there because it's so unique. This is the last one left in America of its type. It is really intense. Such a great ride, Dad.
No, I love this ride.
Certified theme park classic.
I'd say so. Johnny, how was Demon Drop?
Pretty good. Reminds me of the
Free fall?
It was a big adventure.
Yeah.
Free fall.
There are also freestyle machines at the end of this building right here, right next to Dominator's entrance. We are back down here in the steel yard. First, we're gonna hit Possessed. Then we're probably gonna go back on Iron Menace.
That's good to hear because you are all clear. Riders, you will be possessed in 10, 9, 8, 7.
Another ride on Possessed is done, and now we're gonna go for another ride on Iron Menace. So Bacon Chris, you got Iron Menace flavored beef jerky, right?
Yeah.
How is it?
Fun.
Good.
So the sign says 30 minutes. We're gonna see if that's true. Yeah, it's definitely a pretty good line. I don't know. What's our judgment call here? Well, we're gonna wait it out and see how true the wait time estimation is. Oh, scratch that. It just went down. Chris, how many times have you ridden Iron Menace?
Woo!
And what do you think of it?
It's awesome. But I think they need to add 8 seats and have a splashdown.
Well, I don't know if they're going to be able to do that now.
And the original restraint.
Oh, the not vest restraints?
Yes.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think those changes can happen, but this is one great addition for the park, and I hope this spells a great future for the park of more additions. Actually, it looks like it's running right now. Well, it reopened, so let's see if that line cleared out. Well, the line got a little better. Look at that. Front row ride incoming. So now we rode it in the front row. I rode front row dead center, and that was like glass smooth. Super, super smooth. So makes a big difference where you sit on how smooth the ride is going to be. But great ride. Tom, how was your front row ride?
Everything you said is true. It really depends where you sit, the smoothness of the ride, but really glad we got another front row opportunity. Awesome.
Super smooth. The difference between the front row and the back row, yet I did sit closer to the center than I did last time, but really smooth, just like you said.
Definitely like it better in the front row. Hanging over that edge right there. Awesome.
Now we're back here for some more Steel Force rides.
I'm gonna go all the way back in and then blow it up slowly.
Just rode Steel Force in the front of the train, and honestly, I think I might like it better in the front. Those final airtime hills are just insane. You get thrown out of your seat, and the first half, those airtime hills are actually a lot better in the front. So I might be more partial to this in the front row, honestly. How was that?
It's really floaty up in the front, and like you said, it might rival the back row for me. I'm still not quite sure, but really good.
Johnny?
Pretty good. I like it in the front. I liked at the end where it popped you up and slammed you back on the track. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
It's a tough call between the front and the back, but whatever they did to this thing in the off season is great improvement.
Bacon Chris, you just rode Steel Force right there in the front row. How was it in the front row?
Good. It's like being in a rocket ship.
Yeah?
Yeah.
As we're walking past, here's the timeline they have set up for Thunderhawk over here. Has the entire history of everything that has changed with the coaster. Now we're gonna go for a ride on Kaleidoscope, which is a Troika model. Just got off Kaleidoscope, which was pretty fun. Currently, it is 4:08. We are waiting until our dining plan hits that 4-hour threshold so we can get a second meal before we leave for the day. But for now, we're just gonna hang out, maybe ride a couple smaller flats until we get to that time. So Bacon Chris got himself a 2024 drink bottle, and he's trying the Menace Mystery Mix for the first time. How is it, Chris?
It's pretty good, you know. Has cherry in it, so.
It is. There's cherry, there's orange, there's a whole bunch of stuff in it. But it's good.
Good combination.
So now we're gonna walk into Wildwater Kingdom. We're not gonna do anything in there, but we're just gonna take a look around. It's been a while since I've actually been inside Wildwater Kingdom,
I
so.
was there today, Colin.
Yeah, you went off on your own for a little bit. How was it in there?
It was okay, but the water park was like closed. I think the wave pool was closed.
Well, it is just preview day for pass holders, so they're not gonna have everything ready quite yet.
Yeah, and it's season pass.
All right, so over here, I believe this water slide structure right here will not be opening. It will be closing permanently, and there will be a new one coming in 2025 to replace it. So Dorney is confirmed to be getting a water park expansion in 2025, and from what I'm hearing, that may not be the only thing they're getting in 2025. So, like I said, I'm hoping Iron Menace is gonna mark, you know, a whole bunch of new additions to come to this park, and I think that may wind up happening, but this structure right here will be gone. Of course, the back of Wildwater Kingdom here, looks like they got a band playing over there. And it's actually really not that crowded here. I mean, there's barely any lines for the slides. Not everything is open. It looks like they have this back wave pool closed off. Pretty much this whole area here, the Ritas, the bathhouse over there, all that is currently closed off. Looks like they're doing lifeguard training over there in the wave pool. But like I said, wasn't really coming here to go on slides, just to check it out. I haven't really been in here in a very long time, but it's definitely a really nice water park if you are looking to get on some slides while you're here at Dorney. We've been wandering around for a little bit, but I think now we're gonna go for a ride on Hydra. Here comes Bacon Chris. How was Talon, Chris?
Good.
Just got myself some Ritas, the gelati blender, I believe it's called, root beer, really good. Really expensive though. They don't take the pass discount at Ritas, unfortunately, and Dad got regular ice. I believe Tom also. Oh, Bacon Chris, what'd you get?
I got an Oreo sandwich.
Very nice. I believe Tom is also getting one of these. Well, looks like we're gonna go for a ride on Wild now.
Clear dispatch, enjoying a ride.
Failing to comply may result in removal from the park. As a reminder,
Individually check your seatbelt. Notify an operator if you need assistance. Please remain seated, facing forward, keeping your feet flat on the floor and your hands.
Line for Wild Mouse wasn't terrible, but that is going to be our last ride of the day because I'm ready to go home. Did not expect to stay here as long as we did. It is now 6 o'clock. Park closes an hour, I think that's about it for rides now. So we're gonna be done for the day here at the park. These three are gonna keep going. Johnny, how was your day here at Dorney Park?
Pretty good. Got a lot of first dive, first impulse.
First time here in how many years?
Over 20, probably like 30 years.
Wow.
So, yeah, pretty good.
Chris?
It was awesome. This is the first time I've ever been to a theme park other than Great Adventure with the Hollywood Studios crew.
Yep. And Tom? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Chris.
And Iron Menace. Don't forget about Iron Menace. Great ride.
Absolutely. And Tom?
I had an excellent time. It was nice to get back to Hydra and Talon because they weren't open for the last charity event I was here for. But I just hope that the park lived up to Johnny's expectations.
Did it?
Yes, it did. Can't complain about it. Coming again.
Well, then I'm happy.
And Dad, how was today?
Great day here today, and I'll tell you, the theming they did down by Iron Menace and that whole area is just absolutely spectacular. Park looks great. You got to get out here and check the park out.
But with all that being said, that is going to conclude today's video from Dorney Park, checking out everything new in 2024. Get out to Dorney Park if you haven't already to check out Iron Menace, as well as Steel Force, which honestly is like a whole new ride now that they made the improvements they made to it. But if you guys enjoyed today's video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye, guys.